Have a good day!
Sponsored by Sunday Science with LA Beast.
Oh, hello, LA Beast. And welcome to Sunday Science featuring me, the LA Beast. And I was just reading some experiments which we're gonna perform today from this book from 4th grade, but I've gone out and purchased 2 new science experiment books. One of which, this book is absolutely insane, with like mixing chemicals and fire and stuff like that. And I got this book as well. But here today, just 5 simple experiments, and let's get started right now. Now for this first experiment, quite honestly, I don't think it's gonna work. And it's called the balancing button. I have a button right here. And it says if you place a button on a cup so that only the edges are in contact, it will fall off at once. So if I try to balance this button, I'm trying to balance the button, and it's falling off, as you can see. No one would think that the button would remain on the rim of the cup if you fixed yet another weight onto it, and yet it is possible. If you fix 2 kitchen forks over the button and then place it on the rim of the cup, it will remain in position. The bent fork handles, whose ends are particularly heavy and reach sideways around the cup, move the center of gravity of the button exactly over the rim of the cup so that the whole setup is in balance. Okay, you know what, again, I don't know what that means, but again, I have a close-up camera, the button is not balancing, so if I go like this, and if I go like, this, alright, so I made this little contraption here. Will this balance on the cup? Okay, well, so far it's not working. The one thing I definitely say about my lab coat is that it's 100%
Made out of wool.
This is not working. Okay, well, really gotta get it in there. You know what, maybe it's the forks. Alright, just for the record, I've gone through multiple different forks and I've still yet to find a solution. We are abandoning the button cup idea, and like pretty much the difficulty is trying to get the forks to intertwine. But somehow, once you get the forks intertwined, we're going to be balancing, if you can believe it, ladies and gentlemen, a toothpick. Exactly, you know, is the toothpick, oh, it falls off. Can the toothpick, it falls off. Alright, so it's like you get the forks so they're intertwined. The fact that I just did that is pretty amazing. And we have our mug, and you very gently find center of gravity. I somehow gently found the center of gravity, and just with a little bit of patience. No. Come on. Alright, yeah, we've tried multiple different things here, and we're gonna just, we almost had it. Okay? And what I'm going to do now, LA Beast here, and you know what? We didn't get the vanishing button. It's not even what this is called. It's the balancing button. We have what it looks like gotten this toothpick and these forks to balance. And what I'm going to do now, if I can get the lighter to work here. When lighters don't work, good old matches. All right, here we go. What we're going to do is wait for this to take its course. We're gonna, hopefully the wick is going to burn all the way down and showing, I'm not even going to touch the table, showing gravity. We're going to show how gravity is here today with this toothpick and these balancing forks. Kaboom. And that, ladies and gentlemen, that is insane. That's really crazy to me. How this seemingly impossible toothpick, if I take a toothpick on the other end here and I try and balance it, it falls off, as you can see right here. Up, toothpick bounce, nope. And right now this toothpick is defying all odds. Wow. Satisfaction. Amazing. Whoo, there's superpowers. And you know what? Finally, we can move on to the next experiment. Amazing. This next experiment should be quite simple, and it is called the secret path. And all I'm going to do is dissolve a teaspoon of salt into this glass of water. I have some parchment paper which has no holes in it whatsoever, and I'm going to attach that there, and I'm going to put it in this jar of purple dye. Dissolve a teaspoon of salt in a glass of water and cover it tightly with parchment paper. Place the glass upside down in a dish containing water strongly colored with vegetable dye, which I've done. Although the parchment paper has no visible holes, the water in the glass is soon evenly colored. And we'll get into the reason why in a second, but you know what, we're just gonna... That's a boatload of salt there. Boatload of salt. We can dissolve the salt into the water. We are just going to turn this upside down, no holes, and we're going to transfer that dye into this glass of regular old water. And get it all over the table. We're going to spill it all over the table. Okay, well, that looks... All right. And what's supposed to be happening right now, tiny particles of water and dye pass through the invisible pores of the parchment paper. We call such an exchange of liquids through a permeable membrane. Osmosis. Osmosis is happening. All living cells are surrounded by such a membrane and absorb water and dissolve substances in this way. So what we're seeing right now is definitely not osmosis. I'm spilling purple dye all over the place, and okay, in the glass of salt water. Okay, let's try it one more time. Let's give it one more shot. And what I'm going to do, it says definitely put it into a dish. So I'm going to take this purple water here, vegetable dye. We're going to put it into a dish, and like this salted water, voila. Parchment paper. There's no holes. Let's experience osmosis together in the secret path that's about to happen right now. You know, there's definitely no time frame. All right, since I don't know how long osmosis takes, I'm going to take this plate, the salt water again. There's parchment paper with no holes in it, and somehow this food dye is going to, the water inside of the glass will be turning this same color. But I'm going to put it right here in the background. Let's see if we can get some progress. All right, let's see if that glass in the corner changes colors by the end of this video. This next experiment is called pepper and salt, and I have some coarse salt and some pepper here off to the side. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to scatter some coarse salt onto the table, right onto this plate, and mix it with some ground pepper. How am I going to separate them again? Is it possible to separate the pepper and salt again? I don't know. Let's find out. So, you know what? I'm going to pour some coarse salt on the plate. I just spilled some on the table. We're going to... Okay. Quite honestly, I don't know what I'm doing, but we're going to get it all together there. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to rub a plastic spoon with a woolen cloth and hold it over the mixture. The pepper jumps up to the spoon and remains sticking to it. Now, the plastic spoon becomes electrically charged when it is rubbed and attracts the mixture. If you do not hold the spoon too long, pepper rises first, because it's lighter weight than salt. If you salt grains, you must hold the spoon lower. And you know what? Do I have a woolen cloth? No, but I wear wool socks. And all I'm going to do, I'm going to rub I'm gonna rub this spoon against my wool socks. It's gonna get electrically charged here. Now we still have osmosis working in the background. And let's see how this one doesn't work out somehow. Okay, so holy shit, it's working. That was actually pretty cool. Huh. As you can see, there's pepper particles. Well, let's do that again. Let's start over. Let's do that again. I'm just gonna electrically charge these spoons. See if we can get as much of this pepper off the salt as possible with these woolen electrically charged spoons. Pretty interesting. There's one. It's like a magnet for pepper. Cool. There's two. Yeah, that spoon is not electrically charged, but wool. Interesting, and we'll just one last little shine here. Pretty interesting. Awesome. I've created a magnet for pepper using wool socks and using a little bit of science. So you know what? Osmosis is still happening over there in the background. Check success. Next experiment. What I'm about to show you is more of kind of like a magic trick other than a science experiment. It happens to do with tying your shoes. If you have like a wet shoelace, or you just went to the bathroom and you don't actually want to touch the laces, this is how you magically tie your shoes. Here we go. I'm going to tie my shoe without even touching it. Presto changeo. Like magic. Like presto changeo. Boom. Well, that wasn't necessarily science. It was more of a magic trick. And all I did, I had a second shoelace, weaseled it down my pant leg there. And then the way that I set it up, you pull the string, and boom, out pops the tied shoelace. I feel like I'm gonna pass out. And you know what? Osmosis. Osmosis is definitely a slow process. Let's get a quick close up. Seems like the water is slightly turning the same color. It's just Osmosis Jones. And what I decided to do is skip one of the experiments altogether, as I'm starting to slowly lose my mind as I've been blinded by science here today. But nonetheless, I went out for $14.99. I bought this kid's magnetic kit. And when it comes to magnets, are magnets involved with science? I'm 99.9% sure. And what I have to demonstrate magnetism is I'm just going to somehow do that. I'm going to move the car using magnets. Oh. Okay. And this is just one example of what magnets can do in this great world of science. And what I'm going to show you now is even cooler. I spent $14.99 for that. Now, my new science book, Mad Science by Theodore Gray, this book involves explosions and mixing chemicals and stuff like that. But the one experiment that I thought I could do, I thought was pretty cool, was using magnets to levitate things. And it says, diamagnetism is purely repulsive magnetic force exhibited to varying degrees by all materials in the presence of a magnetic field, which I don't even know what that means. And you can levitate just about anything you want by ignoring the fact that it can't be done. What I have here today is something pretty cool entitled the Levitron. And the Levitron was actually created back in 1983 by Roy Harrigan. And all that Harrigan did is this. Now, scientists before Roy Harrigan's time ignored Earnshaw's theorem. And Earnshaw's theorem says, and I quote, "Precession, the rotation of a spinning object's axis of spin, creates an island of genuine stability in a way that does not violate Earnshaw's theorem." So again, as I read very poorly and slowly, this guy Roy Harrigan figured out how to use magnets to cause levitation. And I just hopefully ordered this simple children's experiment. Oh, it looks like we have a nice poster here. Let's see. And you know what this, okay, well, we have a nice sweet poster, and on the back of it, looks like an ass load of directions. You know, that was a lot simpler than I thought, but I think the ridiculous hard part is to get this, it's like a spinning top toy with a magnet on it to actually get this thing. Jeez Louise, okay. So, right, but according to Earnshaw's theorem, you have to like spin it slowly at first. I don't know what I just did, but is it going to start hovering? What do I do now? You know, I didn't get that far. Oh, okay. Grabs two of the grips of the Levitron panel, lift the levitation panel on the top. All right, I had it. All right, I had it, and I screwed it up there. Let's make this. Let's levitate, motherfricka. I've learned how to. Just have to get the thing stabilized there, which it is, and then kind of we're getting it to levitate. It's just, this is probably the most frustrating piece of magnet I've ever handled in my life here. Stabilize. Gently have it slam on the ground. I've been resorted to the ground. Just bags under my eyes. We're getting close. All right. Okay. All you gotta do is just recalibrate. Okay. And whichever way it goes, you just recalibrate until what happens. Oh, come on. It's like it's gonna be on a flat, level surface. The more level the machine, the easier it is to spin the thing. All right, here we are on day 2. Everything had to get packed up. We got some stuff over there. You know what? I was up until 1 a.m. trying to figure out the Smithsonian Levitron. It's not easy, but you know what? It has to be perfectly level. So today I'm going to introduce this level. I'll recap all that stuff. But the one thing my wife just pointed out to me is don't give up on science, because science won't give up on you. And I left this glass of Osmosis overnight. Now, you know what? Sometimes just science takes time. And as you can see, the water through the parchment paper, which has no holes. Osmosis, ladies and gentlemen. It's a beautiful thing. And persistence is a great thing. Science definitely takes persistence. I have my best setup. We're going to get this thing levitating if it's the last thing I do. Hopefully it is. It's 9:43 a.m. and hopefully I can do this in the next 15 minutes. Let's get started. Have a good day. Science rules. So do you. And so does O'Doyle. The main point is that the base has to be as level as possible. It's pretty level, so I'm just going to adjust it. Boom. Let's give it a shot. And then when it comes to the Levitron, it's like you can add different weights, take weights off. It's all about the spin. It's all about a lot of things. But here we go. Alright, so you gotta adjust. Whichever side it flies off to, you have to adjust to that side. And the more level the platform is, the easier it is to spin. There's like a circle magnet underneath. I'm learning a lot about this. Okay. Pretty level. What I did, I'm going to change it up. I took the weight off. Maybe because even having one weight makes it too heavy. I don't know. Come on now. Holy shit. Okay. Alright. Come on now. Come on now. Now, and you know what? The one thing I can definitely say is that science will make you lose weight and cause higher stress, but that is yet to be proved by science. That's not going to work. Alright, so when it comes to science, I did not ignore Earnhardt's theorem. Magnetism is definitely frustrating. And for the love of God, this only took me about 15 total hours to master the Smithsonian Levitron. I am the LA Beast. My stomach hurts. Science is awesome. You are awesome. That's not how it goes. Science rules. You rule. And so does O'Doyle. At least I didn't spend the whole day doing this today. Today's I have to go upload this now. Oh, I did it. Science cares. Have a good day.